I saw some of the greatest artwork I've ever seen on the walls, adorning the walls of the Pikme-up. And some of the greatest artwork I've ever seen on the backs of people, just the clothes they wore.
In the 80s, you couldn't go to thrift stores. My dad even used to say, why do you have to go to thrift stores? You can buy, I work, blah, blah, blah. You can go buy stuff, you don't have to go to thrift stores. And I was like, okay, I get it. But I found a really beautiful velvet dress, and it was only $3, so.
You would thrift store and you would find stuff, and then it was like, this is great, it's really outrageous, and it fits, and so you would put it on. Yeah, the fitting was a big deal, so.
Thrift store schlock, you know, cheap, easy to find, you can create your own style. It was pretty great.
We were almost scavengers, I guess. I mean, we were really taking from not just the 50s, but the 30s and the 40s, anything before us, and assembling that all together to be as unique and I would say also as outrageous as possible.
My look was sort of a purposely disheveled Norman Bates look.
We all had 2-foot-high beehives and cat glasses and
white trash meets biker meets punk meets bad vintage. That would have been my look back then.
I don't know, aerospace scientist, Bender in Vegas. Every time I go out, that's my way.
I would just say it was completely female trouble inspired.
There were psycho nerd Shriner convention, you know, on a Bender kind of a thing you could imagine.
Every night I tried to dress from a different decade, from the 20s to the 60s.
You know, I shaved my eyebrows off and drew them on every day, and I kind of like the monk look with my hair, but then I went to San Francisco and I saw this beautiful clump of moss that was all these great greens, and that's what inspired me to do my hair that green. And I had dark green dreadlocks, and I'd mix this Manic Panic with white shoe polish to get the perfect chartreuse. And it was just like, whatever, I was like my own palette, my own canvas.
And so we had fashion shows and tea modeling. The tea modeling was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a takeoff with the Bullock's Wilshire tea modeling, but our slant on it, which is a little more in your face and not quite as comfortable and pretty.